know it's been a minute since I've done anything related to posting or even been active on my film account. I was debating on how to kind of like come back to this, or like not come back, but like when you're gone for a while and you don't know how to show up for yourself again. So this is me doing that. I kind of just want to catch up on the things that I've done in the past couple months, because right now I feel that I am kind of going backwards in a way. And I feel for people who tend to kind of people please, or I don't know, they never really see their accomplishments and only see their failures. And once they do accomplish something, they're like, okay, like on to the next. That's me. So this is my way of kind of just exploring what I've done the past couple months, kind of giving myself something to be proud of. I think that's really important, to just appreciate the things that you've done, even though you're constantly telling yourself to do more. It's kind of like, whoa, like have those moments of like, wow, like I actually did the things that, I've been wanting to do. But anyways, January and February was really hard for me. I was back in a very, very kind of deep place that I tend to resort back to when I'm going through something. And this time was a little different because it was related to a lot of the things that were going on back home. It was like I had the grief of my entire country on my shoulders. I felt that if I don't do anything, speak or say anything, I am going to be suffocated. I was suffocating myself with the pain of all of my ancestors, or just my whole I was just carrying that weight of my entire country on my shoulders. And I'm glad that I spoke up. I'm glad that I kept doing what I had to do to fight that feeling and show up for my people, but at the same time it was eating me alive. I felt that I couldn't be there to hold the people who are suffering in my own hands and like care for them. I felt helpless. I felt like it was an out of body experience that, someone my age, a girl just like me, miles away, is living a completely different reality, and that they haven't done anything wrong to live that reality. They deserve my reality. So it's this kind of like dissociative state I guess I was in for months after January up. Even now I feel it. I feel like my reality isn't mine. It shouldn't be mine. Like I feel guilty for just existing. I don't know. Putting it that way is a little hard to swallow, but anyways, putting that aside, I've really fixated on school and kind of getting through my, at least academics, throughout those intense feelings. I've pushed, film and content, I would say, aside just for now, to put myself together and show up when I can actually show up, and kind of just wanted to be there for myself, do one thing at a time, because I also carried this weight of just blaming myself for not being consistent. And that's still something I struggle with. Consistency is something I'm always going to struggle with, and I've just accepted it, and I am not going to let it be a burden, because I know it's inevitable. I'm going to be inconsistent again. I'm going to post a bunch and then I'm going to just disappear. It's going to happen as long as I don't carry that weight and distribute it into other areas of my life and distribute it to how I think about myself. Just because I'm not consistent doesn't mean I'm any less than the person that I am trying to be. Not trying to be like the person that I am, but I've been working on a passion project, one in which I am still working on. It's been months and months of putting effort in. My beautiful, beautiful friend who is literally side by side with me on this, and yeah, hopefully things will kind of pick up. But for now, I just wanted to say, I guess, for people who never really give themselves their flowers in times where they're struggling, and the fact that, you know, I've kind of got myself back out of that state is something I should be proud of, and kind of using that, instead of using that helplessness to internalize those heavy feelings, I can use it to inspire and educate and show up for my community, whereas I usually would self-sabotage and just not show up for myself. So, in other words, that's my little catch up. I know it's pretty long, and I apologize for being away for a while, but it happens, and I'm not going to blame myself for taking time to get myself together and just pausing a lot of things in my life. So yeah, hopefully I will post more frequently, and hopefully my efforts will present itself soon with the film, or even with my other projects or any creative outlet. The effort will show through the work, and yeah, so thanks for listening, and yeah.